But I can definitely hear you clearer now, so that's all that matters to me, because you're the one that's going to have something to say here, man. Right? First of all, congratulations.
Yeah, for winning a meaningless game.
Hey, you know what? Like people said, man, they all got some meaning to some extent. So, good game to you, man. We hope you enjoyed the season playing against us. It's good to see Winnipeg this many times in a year, I think.
Speak for yourself. I don't like playing Toronto this many times. It's kind of like getting to play, like having to play the Oilers so many times. Like, I don't like seeing the top score so many times because it's like, oh, this is point night for them because we do not have the defense to defend them properly.
Yeah, well, you know what? I can't decide if you had it tonight or not, because if you look at the shot total, like the Leafs had them way outshot. But is that because the Leafs were not very good at shooting dangerous shots tonight, or is it because Winnipeg put up a good line of defense and they actually weren't getting quality shots? Like, I can't tell.
I would say it's probably a bit of both. Although, like, I would say this is the best I've seen our first line play in a long time. Like, they had a really good game the other night against Vancouver, I believe, where we put up like 4 points.
Right.
But like, it seems like now they're finally finding a rhythm, because for the longest time in the entire season, it felt like they just didn't work properly.
Right.
Like, whether it was the zone entries or they were just passing way too many times. It's good to see them finally getting results. That being said, it would have been nice if we could have beat the Leafs when Marner was playing. So there's literally no asterisk. Like, we have literally we have never beaten the Leafs when Jack Campbell was in net, Matthews was here, and Marner was here. Wow. Either one of those three had to be gone. Frederik Andersen, I feel bad for, because our franchise has ruined that man. Like, we beat him badly, and then he went to the AHL, and then our AHL team beat him twice, and I was like, yeah, Moose, yeah. He had under 900 save percentage. It was not. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, I do too, because I feel like even though Leslie's cheering you on here, I think with the cheers. Yeah, I feel bad for Freddie too, just because I've seen him come along this way for so long. It's been 5 years now with the team. And he got them to some pretty special places before they were even ready. Like, a big reason why Matthews' first year in the league, he's in the playoffs, is because of Freddie Andersen, you know? A big reason why they get two years back-to-back, even right off the start of their careers, is a lot because of Andersen. And then to see this kind of thing happen where he just never quite got the credit he deserved, and then every time he screws up, it seems to be at the worst times. It's the old, like, Phaneuf and Kessel thing, man. They were doing the same thing. It's not that they screwed up all the time. It's just that when they did, it seemed to be at the worst possible times where all eyes are on you and everyone's just like, that idiot, get rid of him. You know?
Yeah, that's Jake Gardner syndrome right there.
Yeah, that's exactly. Exactly.
Jake Gardner is not a bad defenseman. He's just not a clutch player.
Yeah,
he's not good
man.
in Game 7. Andersen, I feel bad because you look at that and there's like, they lose to the Caps in 6, and that was like a good series. No one expected them to win it, but like, if you remember back, there were so many overtime games. They actually probably could have if they really, like, there was a chance to win that, but still, like, that's overperforming to go 6 games. Yeah. And then they do 2 back-to-backs, pretty much back-to-back with the Bruins in 2 Game 7s. The first one is when they were down 3, like, they had to win Game 6 to do it. Right. And then they fell apart there. And it was like, oh crap, this all over again. But the next year was probably worse because they had a 3-2 game lead and then they blew it. And then it was like 5-1, I thought. Yeah. And then there was just the series with the Jackets, and the Jacket series was not kind. Yeah. Like, I remember a guy who got we got knocked out in a play-in series with the Flames. And we were just happy to get like a 10th round pick. Like, we got the 10th overall pick from it. And the Flames got knocked out the next round. So we're like, yeah, cool. Like, whatever. Yeah,
totally.
It is what it is. But I don't know. Our expectations can't really be too high going into this postseason, given how we've performed, I would say. We've been very hot and cold.
Yeah, I would say I've been seeing for a lot of the season that I feel like you guys are the Leafs out west and you're just behind a couple years, right? Like, not in terms of like intelligence or something silly like that. Just in terms of development, like you're a couple years behind the same process, but it looks like you're getting the same kind of foundation. You're weeding out the weak ones, collecting the ones that work well together. This year, I wouldn't put any crazy expectations on Winnipeg, but I think they are capable of going the distance in the sense that once you're in, you just have to win, 16 good games, And they don't have to be consecutive. It's just 4, 8, 12, 16. Here we go. You know what I mean? Just get 4 good rounds, good games against each opponent,
Yeah, and I like your idea that we are a few steps into becoming Toronto. That's better than my thesis. My thesis is that we are going to become Minnesota, and that's a scary thought. No, the parallels are scary. Both cities lose a team. They both have rabid fan bases. They get their team back. They go to the conference finals only to get knocked out by another team that's doing really well. With the Minnesota Wild, it was the Ducks. With us, it was Vegas. And then they just sit in the playoffs as cannon fodder for the next 15 years. And that's kind of what I'm worried will happen. Yeah. And also too, Minnesota kind of looks like Manitoba if it shrunk in the dryer. So there's that too. But yeah, there's obviously a good core there. I think though too, it's kind of what plagued the Leafs to your point. Defense is bad. We look at defense and there's guys that we like, but at the same time, why do we like them? Because the alternatives are AHL defensemen that should not be playing anywhere near the top 2 lines. Every line that Pullman plays with Morrissey, a part of me dies inside. I'm just you should be here.
Well, see, that's why I draw up the comparison there, because no, I feel like no team should ever rely on the exact roster they have. You have to have some depth, and I think the Leafs learned that the hard way for several years in a row, right?
Well, Tampa learned that.
Exactly, Tampa as well. All the teams that kind of go through it, they might not even still win, but at least they'll start making a dent in the playoffs. And I feel Winnipeg was kind of I didn't want Laine on your team. I said you guys should get rid of him, right? And boom, off he goes. And a weight's been lifted in Winnipeg, and now they're free to roam and do their thing. And it's been good.
Okay, well, I would say it's funny. It's mixed on that, because the thing is, has Dubois performed to the potential that he was advertised as a top center? No.
I would say
he done competently? Yes, at times, but there are those moments with today's game on the first goal where I'm just screaming at him, just pretend like you care, because you're skating a third liner who's on a Sunday breeze right past you, and you're just reaching, and it's oh, the commentators at the Jets were oh, it must have been a loss of defensive zone coverage. I'm this is not coverage. This is just not skating. Don't sugarcoat this. This is ugly. This is bad. That puck didn't go in.
No, hey, look. I just think that what you really had was when you got rid of Laine, it's just a matter of getting rid of something negative about him. And I don't think that it's necessarily his fault. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything. It's just, if you look at his comments, even after he's his year with Columbus there, as he finished off, just disappointed in himself and everything like that. He just seems to be going through something really tough right now. And it's that can bring down the energy around you too, right? Misery loves company, right? Even if it's subliminal. So I feel they kind of, maybe it's a little cruel to sound, but
out a little.
Oh, sorry. I think it was a notice thing coming up on my thing here. Oh, what's going on now? Come on, we got this.
Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
You good?
I think so, yeah.
I kind of got you now. I don't know.
It was just, you sped it up, but I think I got the gist of it.
I'm just saying that I feel like there's some sort of negative energy around Laine. It's still with him, and I hope he gets rid of it because he's a good player. But that was kind of like a black hole on the team. And as soon as he's gone, it just lifted the room a little bit. Everyone's free to just relax again.
Yeah, it's funny. The Laine thing is really tough, because was he a good player? Yes, 100%. That's not up. Like, he is a good player. Was he a player? Were not always what.
I'm getting all this glitching now too, man. Brutal. Dude, this has got to be my setup. I apologize so much to you right now. I'm going to try to call back one more time. Here, just watch this. How'd the call go? Badly, man. Nobody can hear me. I don't know. What do you say? Done. Okay. Hello? What can I say, guys? You know, we try. We try around here. You know what I mean? And yeah, I do think Dubois is garbage, Upshaw. I really do. But at the same time, it doesn't seem to be a problem for the team. He's not weighing him down too badly. Hello? No, man, I don't hear you anymore either now. What's going on? Okay, look, this ain't get. Hello? I think it's working now. Man, I thought we had him.
There's
I don't know what's happening. Okay, that's it. We can't do this to the people, man. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna text him right now and say, yo, man, my bad. Won't work tonight. I'll still let the people know to check your podcast out. That's some Go Leafs goals right there for you, Zach. I'm so sorry, man. It's not going to work, bro. I don't know if it's all the stuff I got hooked up in this room right now. Even my webcam is slow right now. I can see there's just nonsense going on. I don't know what's going on with my little setup here, but it's all my bad. It's not yours. And for those of you who don't know, that's Zach Nolan from the Nolan Hockey Podcast. He's a Winnipeg Jets fan, and he knows his stuff, man. He knows his stuff. So we are so glad to have him stop by for a little bit and let us know what's going on. Check his videos out on YouTube. They're definitely not made for kids. So if you have little ears, make sure you don't listen to it with your parents around, okay? Because you definitely want to sneak around behind their backs and listen to it, okay? That's sarcasm, guys. That's sarcasm. You can't hold me responsible legally for sarcasm, right? So there it is, guys. I mean, it was a nice season. I'm really glad I got to see this much of Winnipeg this season. It's what got us to even start talking on Instagram and stuff like that, with all the Winnipeg fans that come around and everything like that, especially the Nolan Hockey Podcast guys. So, it's still Friday night, though. You know what I mean? And sure, that was a great season, but now we are under the real season, right? Soup cans in the chat with sunglasses on, because now the real season begins. The real season begins, right? Playoff time against Montreal, and it's going to be sick. I was going to start our playoff simulation tonight, but I realized that there's just, it wasn't finished yet. We still have to have a game between Minnesota and somebody to figure out the final seeding of the West Division. So as soon as that comes through, then yeah, I will make sure that we do our simulation, okay? It might be on a Saturday night, might be on a Sunday night, you never know. So just keep following along, okay? Yeah! Still gonna make a remix with that, trust me. It's happening, guys, it's happening. But yeah, so again, check his stuff out. Awesome dude. And I'm glad he's stopping by. Mind Swagger. Hello, my friend is a Canadiens fan. Oh, it's going to be sweet for us right now. It's going to be a nice little bit of a friendly exchange, right? Time for us to get our best chirps out. Don't hold back, man. Don't hold back on these Montreal fans, okay? Just remember that when they bring the heat to you, you can't cry about it, okay? Sound fair? Sound fair, guys? Say whatever you want to any Habs fan in the world, but as long as they get to say it back to you, or worse. Or worse, even. Because if you're going to be first across that line, you can't complain when you get knocked the heck out, right? You got yourself into a fight, right? So I say bring it on, Habs fans, okay? I'm ready for it. I'm not messing around. And Jets fans, oh man, I hope we get to see you guys in the second round maybe, huh? Then, maybe Colorado in the third round, right? Against my best friend, one of my best friends of all time ever. He's a big Colorado fan. It'd be nice to square off in the quarterfinals there. And then I hope Boston's there in the finals waiting for us, huh? Boston. That'd be nice. That's how I'm going to do my bracket. Whatever I got to do to make that happen for the Leafs. That's what I think is the Leafs' path this year, okay? Not saying we're walking away with any hardware. I'm going to put the curse out like that. Right? I'm not going to put the curse out there. But I think that's the path for the Leafs. I think that's what we're going to have to go through. It's going to have to be Montreal, Winnipeg, Colorado, and finish her off with Boston. Wha-bam! Right? So, guess what, guys? It's Friday night, and you know what? We're done with the post-game puck talk. You know what I mean? Done until whatever, Thursday, whenever the series starts up. I don't know, right? No, there'll be no more post-game puck talks, but we will do the game simulator, okay? We will check out to see who's going to win, Montreal or Toronto. And the most epic series I've ever been alive for, and I can't wait for it. But now, you got to stick around because we're going to do a little bit of game night. Now we're really going to find out if this thing is lagging, okay?